If you're looking for an affordable 4K TV, the Xiaomi Q1E is a pretty decent choice, but only if you can overlook some of its shortcomings. Hey guys, we have the Xiaomi Q1E 55-inch 4K TV with us today, and at 1,499 Singapore dollars, it's pretty decent, and it comes with HDR10+, Dolby Vision, a QLED screen, and more. So, let's talk about the design first. This TV actually only comes in a 55-inch model, which is definitely a little bit limiting. It would have been nice to see a 65-inch option for people with larger spaces. That being said, the TV itself is very sleek, with very thin bezels that don't distract from the content. There's also a stand included in the box, which is nice, and setup was relatively easy. It's a quantum dot QLED display though, which means that you don't get that same inky blackness that you would get out of an OLED display. That being said, Xiaomi says the display covers 97% of the DCI P3 color gamut, and the display also supports HDR10+ and Dolby Vision, which definitely did make for a very enjoyable experience when I was watching shows with more shadows like The Witcher and such. Unfortunately, there's only a 60Hz refresh rate on this and no variable refresh rate. So if you were thinking that you could get an affordable 4K 120Hz display for your PS5 or your Xbox Series X, sorry to burst your bubble. There are a decent number of ports here though, with 2 HDMI 2.0 ports and a HDMI 2.1 eARC port, along with 2 USB 2.0 ports and an Ethernet port. Unfortunately, the power cable included with this TV is actually non-removable. The system runs on Android TV 10 and you do get Xiaomi's patch wall interface, although I never really found myself going into the interface all that often because everything I needed was already on the home screen. My biggest problem, or rather the biggest problem with this TV, is that the hardware just isn't able to keep up. I found the TV lagging when I wanted to enter or exit apps and menus, and even basic directional commands could be a bit laggy. This is most likely because the TV is still using the MediaTek MT9611 processor from 2020 along with just 2GB of RAM. As for the remote, it's pretty okay. You get dedicated buttons for Netflix and Prime Video that work to turn on the TV straight into the respective app. And overall, it gets the job done. Buttons are easy to press, not mushy, and there's a good amount of tactile feedback. You get two 15-watt speakers on the TV, and they work in a pinch. They are loud enough to fill the room, although it would of course be best if you get dedicated speakers and a sub to go along with this TV. As for performance, let's just get something out of the way first. You're definitely not going to be getting this TV for gaming. Firstly, because there's no 4K 120Hz, so obviously you're not going to get the most out of your PS5 or Xbox Series X. Secondly, because this TV just wasn't made for gaming. With slower paced games, it might be fine, but if you're looking to play, faster paced FPS games and the likes, you might notice a bit of screen tearing and stuff. This TV though is a really great option if you're just looking for something to watch shows and movies on. My one recommendation if you do get this TV is to make sure you put it in a good spot. This is because the display is actually kind of glossy and reflections can definitely be very distracting. Aside from that, the colours are rich and vibrant and there's plenty of detail, which I certainly enjoyed when watching shows and playing games. At 1,499 Singapore dollars, it's honestly not too bad as long as you don't need the 120Hz refresh rate and you are patient enough to put up with the occasionally laggy interface. Anyway, those are our thoughts on the Xiaomi Q1E 55-inch TV. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe to us and like this video. Till next one, see you guys!